The ocean, a vast and untamed frontier, has always called to humanity. For Audrey Mestre, the call was irresistible. It wasn't just about diving into the depths. It was about connecting with a world where silence reigns, where every heartbeat echoes through the abyss. Audrey was born on August 11, 1974, in Saint-Denis, France. As a child, her fearlessness stood out. She was drawn to water, spending hours swimming, exploring and dreaming of what lay beneath the waves. Her fascination grew into a passion, one that would define her life. Her academic pursuits mirrored her love for the ocean. Audrey moved to Mexico to study marine biology, immersing herself in the science of the sea. But it was there, in a twist of fate, that she encountered the man who would change her life forever, Francisco Pipín Ferreras. Pipín was already a legend in the freediving world. His daring dives and larger-than-life personality made him a symbol of human resilience. Audrey was captivated, not just by his achievements, but by his unwavering connection to the deep. For Pipín, meeting Audrey was equally transformative. Her natural grace and fierce determination reminded him of his own beginnings. Their partnership, both romantic and professional, began almost instantly. They shared a bond forged by their mutual love for the ocean and their desire to push beyond the limits of what seemed humanly possible. For Audrey, Pipín became her mentor, her coach, and her greatest advocate. And for Pipín, Audrey became his muse, the woman he believed could surpass his records and carry his legacy forward. Under Pipín's mentorship, Audrey quickly ascended in the freediving world. Her natural ability, combined with her disciplined approach to training, set her apart from others in the sport. In 2000, she achieved her first world record, descending to 125 meters on a single breath. The freediving community was in awe. Audrey's poise and composure underwater were remarkable, but it was her humility that truly endeared her to fans. A year later, she shattered her own record, diving to 130 meters. For Audrey, these milestones weren't just personal achievements, they were acts of communion with the ocean. She often described freediving as a spiritual experience, a chance to connect with something greater than herself. But as her fame grew, so did the pressures. Freediving is a sport where success and tragedy are separated by mere seconds. Every dive demands meticulous preparation, unwavering focus, and trust in the team. Audrey's relationship with Pipín was central to her success, but it was also complex. While he supported her ambitions, his coaching style was often intense. Teammates described moments of tension, arguments over strategy, safety measures, and timing. Yet despite these challenges, Audrey's trust in Pipín remained unshaken. She believed in his vision, his expertise, and his unrelenting faith in her abilities. Together, they were a formidable team, bound by love and a shared dream to conquer the depths. By 2002, Audrey was preparing for the most ambitious dive of her career, a no-limits descent to 171 meters. It was a depth no woman had ever reached, a record that would solidify her place in history. The dive was set to take place in the pristine waters of Bayahibe Beach in the Dominican Republic. The location was chosen for its calm conditions and sheer underwater drop-offs. But behind the scenes, the preparations were fraught with challenges. Concerns began to surface within the team. The timeline for the dive was tight, leaving little room for error. Safety divers, essential for emergencies, were not adequately briefed. Equipment checks, especially for the lift bag, the device designed to bring Audrey back to the surface, were rushed. Pipín, overseeing every detail, dismissed these concerns. His confidence in Audrey's abilities and the team's readiness was unshakable. Some saw this as his unwavering belief in her. Others questioned if his ambition was clouding his judgment. Audrey, ever composed, focused on her training. For her, this dive was more than a record attempt. It was the culmination of years of dedication and sacrifice. She trusted Pepin and the team to ensure her safety, as she had on every dive before. But the cracks in the preparation were becoming harder to ignore. Friends and teammates later described an uneasy tension in the days leading up to the dive. And yet, on the morning of October 12, 2002, Audrey appeared calm and ready, a picture of confidence as she prepared to make history. As the sun rose over Bayahibe Beach, Audrey entered the water, her mind focused on the task ahead. Clad in her sleek wetsuit, she took a final deep breath before stepping onto the sled, a weighted device designed to carry her swiftly to the target depth. The descent was smooth. The sled raced downward, slicing through the water. At 171 meters, Audrey reached the bottom plate, a moment of triumph. She signaled her success, a gesture of victory captured by safety divers. But as she prepared to ascend, disaster struck. When Audrey pulled the cord to inflate her lift bag, nothing happened. The air tank that was supposed to power the bag was empty. Trapped at the bottom of the ocean, Audrey's lifeline was gone. Panic erupted on the surface. The team realized something was wrong when Audrey failed to ascend. Pepin, watching anxiously, wasted no time. He dove into the water, a desperate attempt to save his wife. At such depths, every second is critical. Pepin reached Audrey, but by then, precious minutes had been lost. The delay in the rescue effort, compounded by the team's lack of preparation, sealed her fate. When Pepin emerged with Audrey's lifeless body, the dream they had pursued together had turned into a nightmare. Medics worked tirelessly to revive her, but it was too late. Audrey Mestre, one of the most gifted freedivers in history, was gone. Audrey's death sent shockwaves through the freediving community. Tributes poured in, celebrating her courage and achievements. But alongside the grief came questions that cast a shadow over her legacy. How could such a tragedy occur? Why was the air tank empty? Why was the rescue operation so delayed? Criticism quickly focused on Pepin. As the leader of the expedition, he bore ultimate responsibility for the dive's safety. Teammates accused him of negligence, of rushing the preparations to meet an arbitrary deadline. Some suggested that his controlling nature prevented the team from addressing critical issues. Pepin, devastated by Audrey's death, defended himself. He insisted that the tragedy was a freak accident, a rare convergence of factors beyond anyone's control. But for many, his explanations were insufficient. Years later, the Netflix film No Limit reignited the controversy. The movie depicted Pepin as a manipulative figure, more concerned with his own legacy than Audrey's safety. Pepin filed a lawsuit against Netflix, claiming the portrayal was defamatory. But the film's release only deepened the divide in public opinion. 2 decades later, Audrey Mestre's story remains both a source of inspiration and a cautionary tale. Her death led to a reevaluation of safety protocols in freediving and underscored the importance of preparation and accountability in extreme sports. For Pepin, the loss was personal and profound. He continued to dive, but the shadow of Audrey's death followed him. In interviews, he often spoke of his love for her, his grief and his regret. But for many, his role in the tragedy remains a subject of debate. Audrey's legacy endures not just in the record she set, but in the lives she inspired. Her story is a reminder of the courage it takes to pursue one's dreams and the risks inherent in pushing the boundaries of human potential. She once said, "The ocean gives me life." In its depths, she found both her greatest triumphs and her final resting place. The ocean, vast and untamed, is both a place of wonder and a reminder of our limits. For Audrey Mestre, it was a world of beauty and challenge, a realm where she found freedom and ultimately paid the ultimate price. Her story is a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire to explore, and a sobering reminder of the cost of ambition.